Good evening. You are joining us again in the daily news of Into Vietnam, presented to you by VITV channel, and following some major stories. The World Bank says on Friday that land information disclosure in Vietnam has been improved, but more progress is needed. Garment export is expected to hit $24.5 billion this year, and investors seek to sell 12.8 cents per kilowatt-hour of wind power made in Vietnam. According to a new World Bank study released in Hanoi on December the 12th, Vietnam has improved in making land-related information public, but still falls short of legal requirements. Despite some improvements, the pace of change lags behind the modest transparency provisions in existing laws. Comparing the results to a similar study conducted in 2010, researchers found that while more information was publicly available, especially in wealthier provinces with better online resources, further progress is required. The study therefore calls for the nation to institutionalize the right to information under the law, making full access to the norm and requiring exceptions to be listed. According to the Vietnam Textile and Apparel Association, garment and textile export turnover is likely to reach $24.5 billion this year, a 19% rise against last year and the largest increase in the past 3 years. With the result, the sector will bring in a trade surplus of $12 billion this year. The association also mentioned a shift of orders from other countries to Vietnam, thanks to bilateral and multilateral free trade agreements that the country has signed and will sign with its partners. As stipulated in the State Bank Decree 96, since December the 12th, a hefty fine of 40 million dong will be applied on banks breaking the deposit rate cap and not listing the bidding prices of forex as regulated. A 10 to 20 million dong fine will be applied for banks failing to publicize either their mobilization rate or service fees. In case banks' ATMs are unoperational during 24 hours without any notice or customer service is not available, banks will be bear a fine from 10 to 15 million dong. Moreover, the act of not listing the asking and bidding gold prices or any ambiguity in the action will be given a penalty of 30 to 60 million dong. Although the Ministry of Industry and Trade has revised up the price of wind power made in Vietnam from 7.8 to 9.8 cents per kilowatt-hour, investors in the sector say the price fails to secure the interest for investors. They recommend, in order to encourage more investors in wind power in the Southeast Asian country, each kilowatt-hour of wind power must be sold at 12.8 cents. Now, businesses from Taiwan signed 5 memoranda of understanding on agricultural cooperation with their partners from Quảng Ninh province. The cooperation covers orchid planting, tea cultivation and processing, mushroom growing, aquatic product preservation, and abalone breeding. The Provincial People Committee hoped the partnership between local and Taiwanese businesses can produce products not only for domestic use but also for export. A report by Japanese Research Institute shows between 2009 and 2012, the pace of pay rise in various sectors in Vietnam hit 25.9%, of the manufacturing sector hit 23.4%, while the labor capacity improves at a much slower rate of 3.2% and 5.1% respectively. According to the Vietnam Automobile Manufacturer Association, or VAMA, automobile sales in November soared 57% on year to nearly 16,000 units, making an expansion for 20 months in a row. They include more than 11,590 assembled domestically, down 1%, and the rest imported, up 37% from a month earlier. The sale figure for the 11-month period hit a total of 137,600 units. Varma forecasts this year's sales are likely to hit 150,000, a surge of 36% from last year.
Distribution is a vital link in the business and production chain. In Vietnam, a lot of small and medium-scale manufacturers are seeking for stable markets for their products. However, they are restrained in production and supply capacities and unable to meet the top requirements on product quality and designs of modern distribution channel like supermarkets.
Cái khó khăn thứ nhất là về cái thương hiệu của mình, là họ sẽ lấy thương hiệu của họ mà mình chỉ làm gia công thôi. Cái thứ hai nó là về cái công nợ. Cái công nợ thì đối với siêu thị thì nó hơi lâu hơn so với các doanh nghiệp hoặc là cái chỗ thu mua khác. Đó. Thì gặp hai trường hợp đó. Trường hợp thứ ba là hàng mình thì nó là cũng như là vào siêu thị thì hàng rất nhiều, hàng mình thì cũng có nên là cũng thiếu sự quan tâm.
Các cái sản phẩm của chúng ta về bao bì mẫu mã thì nói chung là nó cũng chưa đáp ứng được. Về chất lượng của rau, về chất lượng của rau thì nó về cái độ đảm bảo cái tiêu chuẩn kỹ thuật của họ thì cũng chưa đáp ứng được nhiều. Còn về trái cây thì cái độ đồng đều của trái cây chưa tốt, về số lượng đôi khi cũng không đáp ứng được hợp đồng, và về mặt hình thức của các cái sản phẩm cũng chưa đảm bảo được cái tiêu chuẩn.
Experts say Vietnam's distribution system has a big demand for their input products. To illustrate, the distributor and supplier connection program within the frame of the 2014 Fair and High-Tech Agricultural Products and Food Industry attract 130 distributors in Ho Chi Minh City and other localities. They include big players like Coopmart, Big C, Metro, and newcomers of Lotte and Ion.
Để hỗ trợ tốt hơn cho cái nền sản xuất nông nghiệp của mình, và cụ thể để đưa được cái sản phẩm đó vào hệ thống Coopmart thì có thể là chúng tôi phải ứng vốn để cho người nông dân họ yên tâm, họ có cái điều kiện nhiều hơn trong cái vấn đề mà canh tác sản xuất ra những sản phẩm thiết thực với cái cuộc sống hàng ngày.
To maintain stable farming production, big supermarket chains in Vietnam map out a planning to provide technical and financial support for production and reproduction and to ensure food safety of farming products of individual farmers and small cooperatives.
And the final part is summary of local gold prices, forex and stock market. Well, that's the very end of the series. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back at the top of the hour. Till then, bye-bye.